Ciao! Welcome back. Okay. After Black Clover chapter 93, it looks like the copium is really starting to set in people. People can just not believe the fact that arguably, the weakest character in the Black Bulls is now able to stand toe-to-toe with Dante after only 6 months of training. And not only stand toe-to-toe with him, but to destroy him and bring him to a level with the ground and win the fight. I personally think the fight is over, but for all the people that are literally overdosing on copium, I have a theory that has a small, even I, who believes in all of my own theories, believes there is a small possibility. So let's talk, but before we jump into it, be sure to hit that like button, as it obviously supports the channel. Subscribe for more videos, and let's just jump straight into it. Tell me what you think, obviously, if you believe or disagree with this theory. Okay, let's start with the problem. For all intents and purposes, Dante just ran out of mana, which logically speaking should not be possible. Yes, Dante is a normal human. Yes, Dante is not an elf with infinite mana. And yes, Dante is not royalty, again, which means he does not have infinite mana. But what Dante does have is his devil powers, giving a boost to his ability and mana, and that's directly from the top of the underworld, the god, the alleged god himself, king of the devils, Lucifer Morningstar. So what just happened? The gate of the underworld has been opened. The Dark Triad's connection to the underworld is at 100%. This is not like before when it was only at 80% of its full power. So when Magna used his chains to connect Dante's soul and himself together, and half their available magic power, after adding it up, half of infinity still equals infinity. There is no way in hell, pun intended, that Dante just ran out of mana. So what happened? Well, my theory, although obviously Toppada can do whatever he wants, the man is a madman. He's been throwing curves all arc long, so never expect, honestly, any of the theories to come true. But my theory is that Lucifero just did this on purpose, and that in the next few chapters, or especially next chapter, Lucifero is about to awaken and take over Dante to make sure nothing else goes wrong and the doors to the underworld can fully open so he can finally make his grand escape. So that's the theory. Now, the evidence. But before we jump into the evidence, guys, again, be sure to hit the like button if you made it this far, as it obviously supports the channel, and we're doing a giveaway at 500 likes, so be sure to join Discord for more information about the giveaway. Alright, let's continue. To understand the evidence, we need to go back a little. 17 years to be specific. 17 years ago, Lucifero attempted to take over Libe, a devil in the human world without a devil binding contract of some sort. A host that allows Lucifero to use parts of his true power to finally find a way to free himself from this nightmare of being trapped in the underworld. But obviously, as we all know, Lucidus said, "Fuck, no, get out of my child." And his plans ended right there. Libe then got anti-magic while in the book, which made it impossible for Lucifero to take over as far as we know. Now we skip a few hundred chapters. In chapter 280, the gate of the underworld, the first layer was opened. Lilith and Nahama were freed, and so were hundreds of lower class devils. For someone who has been trapped in the underworld for thousands of years, Lucifero decided not to take over any of the free devils and stayed with Dante now that he's at 100%. Or there is another factor. 100 chapters ago, Zagred, the god himself, the 4 million IQ player, managed to free himself from the underworld, but Lucifero never took over Zagred. Why? This would have been the perfect chance. Our team of good guys might have also lost if Lucifero did this. So why did he not? And why is Lucifero still with Dante and not taking over any of the devils? Why did Lucifero only take over Libe? Which brings us to our only conclusion. Lucifero cannot take over other devils because there is a difference between Libe and the other devils. Libe is the only devil in existence, like Asta being the only human in existence, to not have mana. Libe is essentially a perfect host that should never have existed in the first place. Libe and Asta are basically rejected by the world itself. The fact that they have no mana is Black Clover's biggest mystery. Anyway, ignoring Asta and Libe, this brings us now to chapter 293. Magna and Dante have been fighting, and as I mentioned before, half of infinity is still infinity, especially now that the gate is opened. There is no way in hell, again, pun intended, that Dante should run out of mana. But he did, and his connection to Lucifero was cut off, as he believes it was because he ran out of mana. And by the end of the chapter with no mana, Dante is dominated and destroyed by Magna. Chapter end. But could this have been the plan all along? Lucifero finally realized that trusting humans, especially an idiot who had already lost previously, was not the best plan of action from finally escaping imprisonment. Lucifero severed his connection with Dante, who then obviously, since he's no elf or royalty, ran out of mana extremely fast. And now Dante has been knocked the fuck out, or some believe killed. But the important factor is that at this very moment, Dante's body has completely void of magic, and his consciousness is gone since he's obviously knocked out. Now remember, this is just a theory. Tobita can truly take whatever path he can, but if there is any hope for Dante to not have lost, the next chapter with Asta, Noct, Zora, Jack, and Luck in the room, Lucifero is going to awaken, take control of Dante's body. Now obviously, I do not think this will last very long, and I do believe they're going to kill him very fast. But in the meantime, it would be cool to see Asta and Lucifero start shit-talking each other, with Asta maybe even saying, "I'm coming for you," and taking back Yami and William. Oh my god, that would actually be so cool. Anyway, at the end of the day, this is just a theory. Personally, either or could happen. Dante could actually just be knocked out. The fight could be over if Tobita wants to. He could have Lucifero take over for a short few seconds or longer. What do you think is going to happen? I will have my own predictions out on Tuesday. Look out for the Dark Triad video on Monday, and the things will change in Black Clover chapter 294 out on Sunday. Be sure to be on the live stream tomorrow. It's going to be super epic. We have a lot of fun. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Peace.